Plastics are used everywhere. They are so light, water resistant, and cheap. Then what is the problem with this all? Well, there is a problem bigger than you think.
Plastics will play as large a role in peace as they do in war.
Dishes that bounce when they drop to the floor. It's this rapid adaptability, together with the attractiveness, usefulness, and low cost of the plastic itself, that has made this industry one of the fastest growing in the nation's history.
Just after the Second World War, the use of plastics skyrocketed. They are used in almost every field. Here is a plastic production by sector in 2015. You can see that plastics are used majorly for packaging, construction, textiles and further on. But the production is in millions of tons. If you take a polythene bag and measure its weight, it weighs roughly 5 grams. Now, can you imagine millions of tons of plastics produced every single year? For reference, 1 million metric tons of plastic is about 200 billion normal plastic bags. And every year the production of plastic is increasing. If we take the data of 2019 plastic production, then by simple math, a person uses about 25 plastic bags per day on an average. We can now estimate the production level of plastics, but have you ever imagined where these billions of plastic bags end up? They are found to be piled up on landfills, rivers, lakes, and eventually end up in the ocean. The journey doesn't stop here. The cycle continues, and at last, we find them inside our body. Okay, let me make it more clear. The ocean plastics will eventually break into tiny plastic pieces less than 5 millimeters in length, and these tiny pieces are called microplastics.
Microplastics.
Microplastic.
Microplastic.
Microplastic. Microplastic.
Microplastics.
Most of the time, microplastics are difficult to see through our naked eyes. Then what happens?
Scientists have found tiny bits of plastic everywhere they have searched. The latest being human blood.
The marine animals swallow microplastics, and we as humans eat those animals and indirectly consume that plastic debris.
50,000. That's the number of plastic particles we eat/inhale every year.
His stomach's just filled with it. Big pieces too.
Big sharp
Heavy.
pieces.
Look at the size of that.
Do you know what is more shocking? Microplastics can be the pieces of polythene bags, bottles, tires, or even your favorite smelly trash bags. Talking about the trash bags, we buy them to eventually throw them away. I thought it would be good to mention that. Plastics are non-biodegradable. The more we produce these plastics, the more we consume them. Then why the hell do we produce them? Again, we end up with the ultimate reason that they are cheap and lightweight. Okay, I understand. Then why don't we properly manage them and dump them in some separate area that would be safe for us? To find the answer to this question, I visited some sites and read some news articles. Then I found a place where all of my city's debris reside. It was just 3 kilometers far from where I live. I found a garbage dumping place. Do you know where it was? It was on the bank of the river in the middle of a city. The riverside was completely filled with garbage and plastic waste. Every day around 54 tons of plastic waste are collected in Butwal and dumped here where there are actual houses of people. They don't even separate biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. It wasn't a small area, it was nearly 2 kilometers long and 10 meters wide on average. And these plastics collected here are not far from being transformed into microplastics. This is a problem around me that is happening after the production of plastic.
Now let's look at how much plastic affects our world during production. Plastics are not manufactured from any clean source. 99% of plastics are made from fossil fuel and only 9% of plastics are recycled. This huge difference is due to the cost of recycling. Do you know another shocking thing? A plastic bag has an average working life of 15 minutes. And annually, approximately 500 billion plastic bags are used worldwide. That is more than 1 million bags are used every single minute. Plastics affect the environment during the production and also after their use. And it makes me wonder, why can't we come up with a better alternative? Don't we have technology that can help, or don't we have any resources?